There it is up on the screen in 70 millimeter. And the main character is not Ben-Hur. It's not a saint. It's not a man struggling to come to terms with God and in his soul and in his heart. It's a character that really, in a way, comes out of a B movie, I think. A man who's really filled with a noir, in a way. He's filled with self-destruction and self-loathing, I think, you see. This is fascinating to me. And he's constantly testing himself, pushing himself. Yeah, putting his finger on the flame is just one thing, but then going through the desert and going back out. What is he trying to prove? What is he fighting about himself? And there it is up there, giant screen, and the clue is right in the beginning on the credits, because the credits is a man getting on a bicycle. The name of the film is Lawrence of Arabia. Why aren't we in the desert? And instead, it's a bicycle. It's in England, not a bicycle, a motorbike. It's in England, and I remember handheld shots in 70 millimeter point of view of Lawrence of Arabia on the bike, you know. And then of course he dies, and the film is told in flashback. But it was the first film to play around with this very difficult character, a character that was very complex, a character that reminded me in an interesting way of the film version of Joseph Conrad's Outcast of the Islands by Carol Reed, Trevor Howard's character in that, who was just a screw up, you know, a man who was just so self-destructive. Anybody who believed in him, sort of God the Father giving him, played by Ralph Richardson, giving him grace, and he always throws it back in his face, you know. He disgraces him, you know. And at one point, Ralph Richardson does tell him on the island, he says, "You are my disgrace." And you get a sense of that in Lawrence. It's an odd film because it never seemed to be finished, the film. I can't tell you what the ending is. It seems to go on and on. He's in a Jeep, and he sees some of the camels go by, and he sort of wishes he was there, I guess, and that's the end. So in a funny way, whenever that film is always open to be viewed again and again, because there are so many scenes. It's kind of structureless in a way, and maybe that some people would say that that's a negative aspect of it. I don't know. Maybe that's a fault. I don't know. Maybe it's proven that way because when the restoration was finally made, David Lean was still putting in more scenes. He's claimed he had never really finished editing the film, you know, which is, believe me, that could happen.